Hey guys, it's me, Bruce. It's another scorching hot day here in Pattaya, Thailand. I'm on Soi 6, which is one of the main roads for the red light district here. And I just wanted to go over some of the new scams I have found out in my past week being here in Pattaya. So this is going to be the top 5 scams here in Pattaya in May of 2022. You got to be careful, guys. Living here in Thailand, you get bombarded with advertisements to invest in real estate. Now, as a foreigner, you cannot buy a house, you cannot buy land unless you do a land lease. What you can buy are condos, and there are a ton of condo developments here. Take, for example, this one. Take this as an example. This is Muse. They were advertising 4% cash back during construction, 30-year cash flow on investments, free furniture package, prime location, and of course, 5% guaranteed return for 5 years. This company, Muse, was a foreign developer, not Thai. What I heard happened was that they did not own the land that they were planning on building on. They actually did a 30-year land lease. They took people's deposits. They took people's, people who paid for their condos in full, and they just shut down, and these people are all out of their initial investments on these properties. If you can see it through the window, this was going to be one great development. So if you are planning on investing in real estate here in a brand new condo, see if they own the land or if it's a land lease. Also ask what you can do about getting your money back in the event something happens. So what you can do here, if the property is not yet built, let's say it's 2 years out, you can put down a deposit of, let's say, 10%. They will give you roughly 2 years to pay like an additional 20-30% of the balance owed. And a lot of times they will even offer financing on the remaining balance for 5 to 10 years, even if you are not a Thai citizen. So in that aspect, this next scam is extremely common, and it's been ongoing for years. And this is the infamous jet ski scam. I think we all like going to the beach periodically. And over here, you can rent a jet ski, and they give you such a really good low price that you're like, hey, I just want to experience this for only a couple $100 baht. This is how the scam works. You give them the money, you rent the jet ski, and then when you return it after you're done, they say, look, the jet ski is damaged. You have to pay us 1,000 bahts or whatever number they give you just to have it fixed. And you know, that damage was already there. I mean, really, what can happen to the jet ski when you're on the water? And I haven't seen it while I was here this week, but when I was in Phuket, I saw people literally arguing with the jet ski guys, and it was not pretty. The cops got involved, and the people who rented the jet ski paid the fine. So if you want to rent a jet ski, buyer beware, but you may get screwed on it. Ooh, look at that. He could have damaged it. It does seem like it would be a good time to rent a jet ski right now. It's not 120 degrees with 110% humidity. I probably would rent one right now if I didn't know about this scam. Now, this next one is, I don't know if it's more of a, I guess you could categorize it as sort of a scam, but it's the taxi scam. So every taxi here is regulated. they're supposed to use their meter. In Pattaya, they don't. So what's going to happen is they're going to ask you where you want to go. Then they're going to give you a number. And, you know, if you're from, let's say, the United States, Canada, somewhere in Europe, Australia, you might think, hey, that's pretty low. But the number that they give you is usually going to be 2 or 3 times higher than it would be if you were using the meter. Use a Songtail where you can. Those things drive around in a circle pretty much everywhere you need it to go, and it only costs 10 baht, which is roughly 30 cents. It's such a good deal if you just want to get around, maybe like within a mile or 2 radius in a route that they have already set. Yeah, there are no traffic lights here. So what I do is, if I don't take the Songtail, if I want to go somewhere, I download an app called Bolt, or you can use Grab. They are going to be substantially less than the overcharge you're going to get from the taxi cabs. So, you know, 150 baht, 200, actually a 200 baht quote from a taxi that's not using the meter will probably cost you about 80 bahts if you use Bolt or Grab. So when you land here in Thailand, if you don't have those apps, download it. It'll save you a ton of money. Now in Bangkok, most places use a meter, but here in Pattaya, Google Pattaya Mafia, Pattaya Cab Mafia. You'll see they have a strength. By the way, did you know that vaping is illegal here in Thailand? You will find a ton of businesses selling vape devices with vape cartridges in all sorts of different flavors. But if you get caught vaping in public, the police will charge you some sort of fine. This isn't a scam, I'm just throwing it out there because I didn't know this when I arrived, and I've seen people get busted for it. Don't vape. For me, I think this one is kind of scammy, even though you are technically breaking the law. Here in Pattaya, you have to wear a helmet when you ride a scooter or a motorcycle, even though the vast majority of people do not. See? Look at that. Look at that. Right there. So this is what I call the scam. Cops will pull you over if you are a foreigner, and then they'll, like, this happened to me last time I was in Pattaya. The guy pulled out a piece of paper in English. It said, you will get deported, 10,000 baht fine, which is about $300 US. But he said, I could pay him a 2,000 baht personal fine right now, and then I could just go. No. I used to live in Mexico. I don't fall for these police bribes. So what I did was I called up, and keep this number in handy, in hand, 1155. That is the tourist police. I called up the tourist police. They said something to him. My Thai wasn't that good, so I really couldn't understand. But he let me go, no fine. I just left, and then he immediately pulled over someone else. I felt bad for that person, but at least I didn't have to pay the fine. So, police bribes, scam number 4. Be wary of that. So this driver here, 369, he's trying to get me to pay 20 bahts for a ride that's 10 baht. He tried dropping me off somewhere else because he asked me for more money than the ride is. I said no. So we'll see what happens. No, I gave you 100 baht. You're supposed to give me 90 baht back. 80 baht. But mate, it's 10 baht. Yeah, go ahead. Samdulat. That's it right there. Well, I have some recorded video from me on that little truck. What had happened was the driver, about half a mile in, stops and asks me to give him 20 baht, which is the equivalent of roughly 60, 70 cents. Which, by the way, it's supposed to be 10 baht, which is like 30 cents. So he, right away, he told me to get off and give him money, which is I guess a scam. I've never experienced this on a Songtail. And then I said, no, this isn't where I want to go. Follow your route and I'll get off. So he goes through his route. I ring the buzzer for him to stop. And I give him 100 baht. He's supposed to give me back 90 baht. It's because it's a 10 baht ride. And he gives me back 60. And then I start complaining with him. I have a small video on everything, and I'll post it up with this here. And now I spoke to the tourist police. Tourist police told me to go to the police station, which I'm going to do. I mean, it's not like it's a lot of money. I guess it's the whole principle of the thing. No one likes to be taken advantage of. So I guess we're just going to go inside and speak to the cops. I can't record this part, I'm sorry. I took like a 3-second video in there. Well, I had a video of the guy, the guy and I arguing. I had his license plate number. They gave me back 20 baht right here on the spot. I guess the Department of Transportation, from what they told me, is going to contact him. They're going to bring him here to the station and give him a warning. Don't do it again. And I was speaking with the cop. I couldn't record the conversation, but evidently I told him, look, if he did this to me, he might be doing it to 10 other people or more every single day. And the cop said, yeah, that's probably true. So I almost got scammed, but it worked out because I'm petty. The last scam I'm going to talk about is the bar lady scam, or just the bar scam. Look at that. Man, that's a monster. Anyway, God, copyright song. I have to turn this off. So as I'm saying here, and I'm purposely trying to not go into like a heavily populated section with lots of bars, because they're playing lots of music, and that could give me a copyright strike. But anyway, so this is the bar lady scam. And a lot of people don't know about this. If it's their first time, if you've been here for a while, then yeah, you probably know. So you go in, you order a drink. Let's say beer is 80 baht, roughly $2, Girl says, hey, buy me a drink. You're like, oh, okay, I'll buy a beer, it's 80 baht, or, I'll buy you a drink. I mean, how much more can it be, right? It could be a lot more, because while you have your own price for your drink, they have their own price for their drink. And their drinks are usually quite a bit more. It could be anywhere from, another $2-3 each to maybe even double the price of whatever the drink is on the menu. So you're thinking you're having a good time, this girl's talking to you, and then you get the bill. And you're thinking, oh, what is it, 10, 20 bucks? 5, 6, 7 drinks? That bill could be 2 or 3 times more depending upon how much they are charging you. I've heard of people buying their drink for, $3, and their drink might be 10 or 15, like really ripping you off. So that is one of the, I guess, scams that you may fall for, or just be careful. But it pretty much happens at every bar here in Pattaya and most bars in Thailand. You know what? I'll throw in an extra one. I call this the ladyboy scam. Now, a lot of you guys don't know this, but there are women who are actually men, and they have their little man tools, right where they should be. And a lot of times you cannot tell. Some of these lady boys, they look just like women. I mean, they're all dolled up. Some of them have very feminine bodies. So you go to a bar, you start talking with who you think might be a pretty attractive girl, and, you know, you guys are getting drunk, you go back to your place, and then you wake up in the morning, you're completely naked and your butt hurts. So that is something that you have to be careful about when you're drinking here in Thailand. You know, have a wingman, use the buddy system, go out with the guy, you know, someone who can nudge you and say, hey bro, that's the dude you're talking to. Because sometimes when you have those beer goggles on, yeah, you lose perspective. I just wanted to throw that in there because that does happen quite a bit. Hasn't happened to me, that's 100% true, but it has happened to people I know, and they're like, it's Thailand, what happens here stays here. But if that's not your thing, it's, you know, it's just something that I wouldn't want to happen to people if they're not ready for it, and if that's not what they're expecting, or if that's not what they want. Some people come here for that experience. More power to them, that's just not for me. Anyway guys, if you enjoy this video, hit that like button. Please subscribe so you get notifications as to when my videos drop. And of course, leave a comment. I love comments. I can't stress how much I love to reply to my 3 or 4 fans that I have. Anyway, I hope you found this entertaining. This is Bruce with Eat, Drink, Travel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.